everybody, it's your girl Kamaya Rose and I'm back with another video. Today you guys, I will be talking about self-love and the importance of self-love. So for the past few weeks I've been having a lot of people who has been going through breakups, and they've been asking me on my advice on how I was able to grow and get over my relationships, most importantly my first love. And so I thought it would be important for me to share this information with you guys, because you might also need the advice or the guidance to self-love. So first I will begin by saying, with my first love, so every relationship that I've been in, I take it as a lesson learned, never a mistake. I take the positivity out of each situation that I've been in or relationship that I've been in, and I use that to help better myself. So with my first love, I feel like from that situation, I realized that I needed a lot of work. Let's just say that. I realized that I had this person who was so in tune with me and so in love with me and was showing me things that I've never experienced before. And with that person, I wasn't healed from childhood stuff or past situations or people, just from my experience, I was not healed. So I feel like I didn't, as much as I tried to love that person because I wanted it to work so much, because it was the first time I ever felt love before, first time I ever had loved someone so deep or had like these feelings that I was dealing with. And so I wanted the relationship to work so much, but I didn't realize until after how damaged I was in that relationship. And because of how damaged I was, I gave up on the relationship. And it was really hard for me because I knew that's where I wanted to be, but I knew it was also better for me to leave the situation. Not only because of realizing that I needed stuff to work on, but that situation was getting to a point where, I felt like I couldn't fix it anymore. And I feel like if I would go back, I would have fought harder for it. I would have worked on myself first before allowing myself to be in that situation. But I thank God for that situation, because I learned love for the first time. I learned what it felt like to be loved. I learned how much I was worth, and I learned a lot of things. And so after that situation, I took 4 years to find myself, love myself, because in that relationship, I didn't love myself. The person loved me so much, I used that as loving myself, if you understand what I'm saying. So after the breakup, I chose to, find out what I like, what makes me happy, what my worth is. And even though I was like, dating and stuff, meaning I wasn't in a relationship, but I was, talking to people, I still made sure that I was number one and made sure that I was finding myself. And so I would say for anybody who's going through a breakup with somebody that you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with, it is a hard situation. It took me about probably out of the 4 years, probably like almost 3 years to heal from the situation. Or I would really say it took me 2 years to actually heal from the relationship. And then it took me another 2 years to actually try to find myself. And I won't say that I'm perfect. I'm not perfect, because even with my last situation that I just got out of, I learned a lot from it about myself that I really thought that I had overcame certain things, or I thought that I had found myself to the point that I was so in tune with myself to the point that I would not allow certain things. And with my last situation, I allowed stuff that was not appropriate for me. And the fact that I stayed for so long, I felt like I needed time to reevaluate certain things. So I would say, like, even if you feel like you found yourself and you are at this place with yourself, sometimes you will find yourself realizing that, oh, you might have either skipped a part or you need to go back and work on certain things. And so to people who are going through breakups and have been with somebody for years and they're going through a breakup now and they think they're not going to make it out or they're struggling with their emotions, I want to say that it is hard. Like, in your mind, you had, I'm spending the rest of my life with this person. Like, you saw fusion with this person. You blocked everything out, and it was just you and this person. So it's gonna be hard for you to, of course, heal from the situation. It's gonna be hard for you to not think about the person. You're gonna miss the person. But the number one thing I will say is make sure you can cry, let it out. But there has to be a time where you wake up and realize that, you know what? That relationship was great. We had great moments. We had our ups and downs. But I did learn this out of the situation. I did learn this. Take positivity, take positive things from every relationship that you've been in and use it to build yourself. So I would say wake up and realize that, start to think about what you like to do. Start to make it all about you, your favorite hobbies. What do you like to read? Like, research stuff. If you want to build a business, start to brainstorm, make a plan, type up a plan. Like, just start to focus on yourself. What helps me is I love gospel music, and I love to be in my own space. So a lot of times I will be in my room and I just play gospel music and I get in tune with my spirituality and I connect with God and I get answers from God. And that helps me a lot of times get through certain situations or certain relationships that was a little hard for me letting go of. But I feel like every time I do that, God always allowed me to see certain things and it puts me on a new level and my vibration is like on a different level. And so I encourage people to just find stuff that helps motivate you or helps compliment you or makes you feel good. And if that's by reading gospel music, just going out with your friends, whatever it is, I encourage you to do that. Two, I would say having a great support team around you, like friends. Like, I will say I was blessed with amazing friends. And I've always said that, like, I don't know what it is about me, but God has always blessed me with, it might be my energy, because they do say the type of energy that you put out is what you receive. And so I have amazing, amazing supportive friends. Like, I feel like a lot of times when I'm even going through stuff, they are so supportive and so like connected with me that I forget that I'm even like dealing with the issue. So I do appreciate my friends for that. And I think that friends and a support team, friends, family, people that really wants the best for you and has great energy, having them around you is very important as well during a breakup. I will also say that once you find yourself and you become so in tune with yourself, it's like an amazing feeling ever. Like, I've never felt so great until I found myself. And once you find yourself, you will realize as you go on in certain relationships, how you will realize what to take, what not to take. You will realize it will also help you be better for certain relationship, because if you are not in tune with yourself and haven't found yourself, then it's really hard for you to find or a successful relationship, because nobody wants to be with anybody who's draining. So I think it's very important for you to do that. I'm also can take advice on self-love because I'm still learning, I'm still growing. I will say that from the person that I was years ago to the person that I am now, I've really, really, really like found myself, and I've really have done self-love. Like, I was a person who struggled with self-esteem issues, low self-esteem issues. I would put myself in relationships that I would settle myself with situations or relationships that I thought was what I thought I deserved at that time, which was not very much. And so I thank God for my first love, because if it wasn't for that situation, I would not have realized how much help or finding that I needed. And that's what I tend to tell people, that everybody that we date, or everybody, even if it's just a friend, anybody that comes into our life, I feel like there's a purpose on why they're in our life. And either we can take that purpose or that lesson from that situation, or that relationship or friendship, and grow with it, or you can choose to take the negativity out of it. Like, I can say with my past relationship, I can sit here all day and say that, oh, like, she did this or she did that, but at the end of the day, it's not going to do anything for me. Like, all it's going to do is put me more in sadness. Like, it's not going to do anything for me. Only thing I can do is take the positivity out of the situation. I would say the most important thing that I learned from my last relationship was that I really had to reevaluate myself and reevaluate certain things, because I thought I knew who I was. Well, I did know who I was, and I was in tune with who I was, but I thought I was strong enough to, and I had became this person that was ready to be in another serious relationship after my first love. And I realized in that relationship that because of certain stuff that I let go by and I gave excuses for, that I would say that I still need more growing to do. And I feel like every day as we get older, we always are growing. But I still think that I could do some work on myself. And that's what I feel like is the positive thing that I took from that, is that I realized I'm not gonna blame anyone for a failed relationship. If anything, I'm gonna say, you know what, I had my faults in it, and I need to work on certain stuff about myself, and that's what I'm gonna do. And if that situation is supposed to happen again, it'll happen again. If it's for me to better myself for somebody better, then I'll do that. But I think it's very important for you guys to do self-love, and remember that just because you make a mistake or you backslide into something that you were supposed to leave behind does not mean that you don't love yourself. It doesn't mean that you're still in that same space that you were in before. It just means that we're human and we're gonna make mistakes, we're gonna have setbacks, but either you're going to grow from it and take it, be like, look, I'm gonna take my L, I'm gonna grow from it, or you're gonna sit in it. Which one is it? But I really enjoyed talking to you guys. I hope this conversation will help anybody who's going through a breakup to understand that, yes, it's gonna be hard, but now I'm going to focus on myself. Now I'm going to do what I love to do and find my calling, find my purpose in life. I think that's very, 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 very important. And I feel like a lot of times if people would do these things before relationships, before getting to serious relationships, I feel like relationships could be more successful, because people don't understand that if the foundation is not strong enough, the building won't be strong. So if you have a strong foundation from the beginning, and your mindset and your purpose and your goals are set and both partners are on the same page, I feel like you can grow a big team. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.